What's good, ladies and gents? So we're getting straight back into it. Now we're going to talk about a bit of a crazy fight, which I've put a poster up about it before. Wasn't too sure whether this thing was actually going to happen or not, and that is Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. Now I know I've made a video about it being in talks, but recently, as of today, it's come out that it's not just talking anymore, but it's actually going to happen, and that is Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. Yes, Jake Paul, the same YouTuber, the same YouTube sensation that lost to Tommy Fury, and has been fighting sort of MMA fighters and stuff like that. And Jake Paul, he's now taking quite a crazy. It's an insane risk. It's a suicide mission really that he's taken on against Anthony Joshua. So the details that I've got so far are that it's going to be happening on December the 19th, so just before Christmas, and it's going to be happening in Miami. So it's going to be over in America, in Miami, and it's going to probably break some, well, not even box office records, I would say viewership records. I mean, it probably won't be as big. It definitely won't be as big as Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I think that one like broke all the records for Netflix. But I think, to be honest, it will be bigger than Crawford and Canelo. I think it is one of those that will probably give, well, it will give Tyson and Paul a little run for their money, but not, whatever, not a big one. So, yeah, December 19th, Miami is on. And just early thoughts on this are that if on Jake Paul's part, I suppose you can sort of just commend his bravery for stepping in there with Anthony Joshua. And also, yeah, forgot to mention that it's going to be an 8 round fight, and they're not going to do anything crazy with the gloves like they did with Mike Tyson. So they're going to fight in 10-ounce gloves. So it looks like it's going to be a proper boxing match at heavyweight, 10-ounce gloves, and yeah, 8 rounds. So yeah, for me, my early thoughts are that Jake Paul is just simply going to get laid out here. He'll be very lucky, and I mean very very lucky, to make it out of the first round, because Joshua is just too. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's it's just bananas, really. I mean, Joshua's just too good. I mean, the knowledge that Anthony Joshua has of boxing, and the way he's going to be able to just place the punches. As I said, the first power shot Joshua lands, you know, if he lands a right hand or something on Jake Paul goes to sleep. The first sort of power shot he lands, I think you're looking at Jake Paul at least going down. If he doesn't go, at least either getting knocked down or knocked out. It's not gonna go anywhere unless, I don't know, unless somehow is fixed, as what people are saying, because a lot of people are saying it. People are saying it's fixed. I personally, I don't think it's fixed. I don't see Anthony Joshua taking a dive, and I think, why would you take a dive if you're in Anthony Joshua's shoes? There's people that like you, and there's a lot of people that have lately, in the past couple of years, come to really dislike Anthony Joshua. So I don't think he'd want to give people that satisfaction of getting bashed up by Jake Paul. So, yeah, for me, I think this is going to end one way. It's a suicide mission for Jake Paul. Um, he can get some credit for sort of jumping in there with Anthony Joshua. He obviously thinks he's seen weaknesses in Anthony Joshua, but the fact of the matter is that even though there are weaknesses in Anthony Joshua, he's obviously a bit past his prime now, Joshua. But regardless of when, with him being past his prime, you're still talking about a Jake Paul that's, was fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and, didn't look that great in that fight. Lost to Tommy Fury. I mean, the guy, yeah, he's taking boxing seriously. He's training hard, but he just does not have the talent. He does not have the skills. He does not have the experience. He is just gonna get annihilated within, I would say, at the very most, this goes, let's say, 2 rounds, 1.5 rounds, 2 rounds, because when you even look at Joshua, I mean, yeah, he got sparked by Daniel Dubois, but Daniel Dubois is a world champion, former world champion, young guy in his prime, very good fighter. And you look at what Joshua done to Ngannou, and we know Ngannou's a tough nut, taking kicks in the head, elbows, knees, punches with small gloves. And you look at what Joshua was able to do to a big, huge unit like that of a man like Francis Ngannou. He went away quick. And a guy like Jake Paul is not of that size, not of that stature. He's going to be giving away a load of weight to Anthony Joshua. So it's one of those where he's got absolutely no chance. He is one of those things where his only chance would be if he was in there with another guy, and even then he might get bashed up. Or if he's in there with a baseball bat, or if Joshua's got one of his hands tied behind his back. But even if he had one of his hands tied behind his back, with his free hand, he'd probably still spark Jake Paul. So, yeah, it's just a one-sided beatdown that's going to happen. And I suppose you clap for Jake Paul's bravery, but that's about it. So, yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.